Hi, I'm Bernard de Smet, and in this short video clip, I'd like to share some insights, some ideas that I hope help you and your team access more of your greatness. I was recently talking at a conference on the subject of what it means to embrace change. And I started by offering a definition of what does it mean to embrace. And if we think about this, to embrace means to accept something or someone, but in this case, something, willingly and enthusiastically. So I'm going to share with you the three conditions I believe are important to enable us to embrace change. And the first is to appreciate the context of change. Change is always happening in a broader ecosystem of forces way beyond our control, but certainly in our in our circle of concern and influence. So what may be those forces that are always at play in the broader context? When we appreciate the context, then we can move into accepting the challenges with change. And I want to share with you Elizabeth Solomon, a preeminent thought leader, offered the perspective that we don't battle with change. What we battle with is the loss we perceive to be associated with change. And that's a critical distinction. So, for example, if we perceive the change to diminish our worth and value relative to others, we're more likely to resist it. If the change results in levels of uncertainty beyond which I'm prepared or we're prepared to accept, we resist it. If the change results in a diminishing of our autonomy and discretion, we're likely to resist it. Or if the change relates in a change or a breakup in terms of the teams and the relationships we value through restructures, we're likely to resist it. And finally, if we perceive the change to be unfair for us and others, we're likely to resist it. So what is it about the challenges we're having and legitimizing? Which of those trigger us? And how do we reduce the threat response and increase the reward reaction? And so finally, if we appreciate the context, accept the challenges with change, then we move in to accessing our capacity to change. And our capacity to change is determined by the choice we make in where we show up from. And we either show up from below the line or above the line. And when we're below the line, we are closed. And when we're closed, we open ourselves to being defensive. And when we're defensive, all we are committed to is being right in what we think, what we feel, what we know, and what we do. When we choose to be above the line, we are open. And in our openness, we are curious. And in our curiosity, we commit to learning. And when we're below the line, when we close, what we do, we conceal. And when we conceal, we withdraw. And when we withdraw, all we've left to do is to project blame and fault and reason onto the other. When we're above the line, we reveal. And when we reveal, we commit to ours and others' truth. And when we commit to our truth, we own what we think and feel and do. So my invitation is the next time you are invited to embrace change, allow yourself to appreciate the context of change, accept the challenges with change, and thereby enable yourself to access your capacity to change. And may you flourish.